could win this campaign on one issue: tax the rich. You've got to address that. That's resonating with people. They love that message, and you gotta honor that.
While his family trusts us in South Dakota for what?
Well, I know that. I think you've got. A great TV ad would be tax the rich. It sounds wonderful. On the all the state, if you make less than $150,000, you're going to pay for the spending. Well, you got to counter that.
Actually, I believe our state party today, Tori, is now playing, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but is now playing a videotape of Margaret Anderson Kelleher during a debate before the primary, telling Mark Dayton that you're not taxing the rich, you're taxing the middle class. You're going after the middle class in the state. Here's the other thing, is I'm not going to say that you're wrong, but there are many different ways to go at this issue. Here's what people in this room don't get to see every day that I do. As I travel around the state, the message is not resonating. It may resonate within a small pocket in the Twin Cities of people that believe in wealth redistribution, of people that believe that they're entitled to something even though they're never going to work for it, for people who believe that self-responsibility is something of the past and that everything's relative to what I want as opposed to what I'm supposed to do, right? Maybe it resonates with that small group. Most of us understand that that is not the message that America is built on. And people, what tells me that? When's the last time that you saw a white-haired 49-year-old Republican polling the highest of anybody running for a statewide office with the age group 18 to 35? We are. All right? I know this is coming from across the country. Why? Because Vice President Biden yesterday was at Penn State. And they put him in a room that was had a capacity of 2,500, and I'm told he had about 25 senior citizens show up. Right? President Obama yesterday was at Madison. He couldn't fill the hall that he was in. Guess what? The young people of this state, this country, those are the ones we got to be talking to. And maybe that's where you and I cross on this, is that we got to keep educating them. This tax the rich thing is going to drive every job out of the state of Minnesota and out of the country. Ultimately, you will see them go to other countries because we've created such an unfriendly business environment that job creators are all going to move. That's what we have to avoid. And you say to the young people, it's your future. It's your future. You need to be involved with us. Vote Republican this year, and you are voting for jobs. Jobs ultimately are what pay the bills. Jobs are what create the opportunity for not only ourselves, but our families. So, I mean, we're going to keep going after this over the next 34 days, but guess what? When I coach, we talk to kids about grabbing a hold of the rope. You grab part of the rope with us, okay? It's not just going to be one person in this room, it's going to be all of us. So everybody grab a piece of the rope and start pulling. We got 34 days left. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tell them that is not what this country is built on. Let's not forget that this country is built on success. I would much rather live in a country where the standard of living is always to achieve a higher standard of living, or the goal is always to achieve a higher standard of living, because guess what? It brings it up for everyone else. I mean, we define poverty in this country as having dish, right? We define poverty in this country as having a microwave. We define poverty in this country as something different from what poverty is in other nations. Is it acceptable? Absolutely not. We want to create opportunity for everyone to realize their greatest potential. But you know what? You and I can only do so much. Everybody has to pull their own way. We've got to start talking about that and celebrating it together. Thanks a lot, guys. I really